A faint chuckle escapes my mouth as I imagine her in a tiger outfit with cat ears and playfully saying, "Roar!" That image is just too cute. God, why? What? Why are we going to this weird place all of a sudden? Is this necessary? Come on. I'm not a tsundere, you dummy. Denial. That's another word that we can use to describe Natsuki. What's up, everybody? Caesar Madrazo here, and welcome back to Doki Doki Summertime. When we last left off, we had just entered Thursday during the Sayori route, and we were about to go on an impromptu date with Natsuki. So, let's go ahead and see what else we have in store for us. It's an ordinary Thursday, would be the most boring sentence ever to start a day. I launch out of my bed and land in my slippers with such accuracy that I'm tempted to tell somebody how awesome it was. Yesterday I told Mom about my meeting today with Natsuki. She seemed excited about it, while I'm still rather worried about how it will go. After she gave me some money to spend in the bakery today, she started giving me tips on what I should look out for during our one-on-one meetup. I assured her at least 3 times everything will be fine. We'll just read together, eat a little something, chat, and then say goodbye. What else would we do? If I can manage that without it being awkward, I'll consider it a win, especially with how my last attempt went. Dad still brings it up from time to time, but I don't even want to think about it. It's probably best to put all of these thoughts to the side for now and focus on the task at hand, getting ready for this. Is it really a date, though? I don't want to get ahead of myself and act like it is when I don't even know if she likes me or not. Yesterday, we were having a nice chat, then she went cold, but then gave me her email address. Girls are weird, man. I neatly pack away the manga in my bag. It's been a long time since I read these, so there's another reason for looking forward to our reading session. All dressed up, I check to see if I've got everything I need before leaving. I decide to get on a bus and go to the stop closest to the shop. I could walk there, but since it's a part of town that I don't know that well, it's probably better to get there earlier, so I'll have time to look for the bakery. Here I am. This is the street where I should find the place. However, the numbers of the houses seem way off compared to what I'm supposed to look for. It doesn't help that the address literally had 2 numbers in it. Unfortunately, I don't have much time to waste, so I just start walking in hopes of getting closer to the spot. Walking around this unfamiliar area feels like I'm on a quest where my decisions ultimately decide what my fate will bring. That gives me an idea. Maybe I'll find the bakery sooner if I change my approach. Should I try to change my approach? Ooh, change my approach or stay on track? Interesting choice. You know what? Let's change the approach. Let's see what happens. That didn't make a difference. I still have to walk to the same location no matter how I look at it. That joke kind of reminded me of the beginning of Deltarune, where you build your avatar, and then the game just says, you're not going to use this character. You don't get to create your own body. You work with the body that you were given. What's wrong with you? As I'm nearing the venue, my anxiety grows, and I start getting doubts about how things will go. This all seems so much easier for the characters in manga. Isn't it supposed to be like that? Things happening naturally without people worrying what to do and how it will turn out? I mean, it works out for those characters usually, so why wouldn't it be like that for me, too? Still, I don't get what I did wrong last time. Yeah, maybe I was a little awkward, but I was acting like a really nice guy. Isn't that what matters the most? Oh, no. No. I mean, yeah, you want to be nice, but if you try too hard to be the nice guy, or even the nice girl, then whoever you're trying to woo will lose interest very, very fast. Just pro tip. Even if Dad makes fun of me for it, that's what I've been told by all the people around me. That many people can't just be wrong. That's why democracy works so well. Wait, are we a democracy? Yeah, that depends. What country is this happening in? At this moment, I arrive at what appears to be a bakery. Is this it? I'm not sure, but there weren't any pictures showing the outside. There aren't any other bakeries in sight. It also has the same name written above the entrance. There are some cakes put on display, too. I'm about 70% sure this is it. I let out a sigh. Before opening the door, I look behind me in an attempt to see the world one last time for today. I might walk home with my eyes locked to the ground from feeling so embarrassed. Again, why would you be that embarrassed about disappointing Natsuki? Like, literally, no matter what you do, Natsuki is going to give you some kind of negative reaction. So whether she's disappointed or she's thrilled, she's gonna be mean to you about it. So honestly, it makes no difference. The sweet smell of the freshly baked delicacies surrounds me after taking a step inside. It all looks rather inviting, with the simple decorations and nearly lit displays filled with all sorts of colorful food items. The one employee I see gives me a modest smile and greets me briefly. I say hi and tell her I'll be ordering shortly. It shouldn't be hard to find Natsuki since she looks so cute compared to all the other girls I know. Just as I turn my head a second time to look around, I notice her looking up from what appears to be manga. The cover features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. Our eyes meet, and the look of intrigue on her face develops into a pout as she looks down the manga and subsequently crosses her arms. That's Natsuki becoming less sincere and going into tsundere mode. She's looking back at the manga as I approach her. I told you not to be late. I was waiting for at least half an hour now. That can't be right. I checked the time to see for myself. Although I am late, it's only by 2 minutes. And one of those minutes probably passed while I was entering the shop and sitting down in front of her. Sorry to hear that, Natsuki. But why did you arrive so early? You knew when I was going to get here. I just didn't want to... It doesn't matter. At least I had this quality piece to keep me company while you were getting lost out on a straight road. Touché. She raises the manga she was reading to show me the cover, extending her arms so I can get a closer view. I feel she's doing it more to show her enthusiasm rather than helping me to read it better. The cover reads Parfait Girls. It's the one she told me about yesterday. Just by looking at it, one word blares in my mind. Mo. So, did you bring the manga you promised? It's in the bag. Don't get ahead of yourself, Caesar. Let me guess. You've only got 1 copy. Yeah, of course. Why? Then move your chair so we can read it at the same time. Whoa, that's a bit sudden. She really is full of enthusiasm when it comes to manga. Don't get any ideas. I just don't want you staring at me like a creep while I'm reading. I try to give her a comforting smile. She just pouts in return. A thought crosses my mind while placing my chair and myself closer to her. It feels pretty nice sitting this close to a cute girl like Natsuki. Really? I mean, any of the other girls, maybe, but Natsuki, really? Although I have the faint sense of danger, like I'm petting a tiger that's distracted by a big slice of meat. I could get mauled any time if I make a wrong move. A faint chuckle escapes my mouth as I imagine her in a tiger outfit with cat ears and playfully saying, "Roar!" That image is just too cute. God, why? What? Why are we going to this weird place all of a sudden? Is this necessary? Come on. What's so funny? You better not say it if it's a spoiler. Don't worry, I won't say it. It's probably better not to tease her after sitting right next to her. I wouldn't like to test how hard she can hit, even though her frame suggests she couldn't do a lot of damage. I take out the first volume and hand it over to her. She snatches it from my hand with a level of excitement I kinda envy. Luckily for me, she's not a fast reader either, so I can keep up with the pace she's reading at. I don't even read every line, rather just take in the combination of artwork and dialogue I haven't seen in a long time. The feeling of nostalgia shines within me. Haha, this boy, seriously. He doesn't have a quirk, but he's kinda quirky anyway. Heh, I can see that. Her facial expression changes as there are more heartfelt moments, funny dialogue, and conflict. She's genuinely enthralled by it. She stops at one of the panels where the protagonist is shown exercising with some weights at home. I feel her elbow jab me on my side. Whoa, what's the deal? Heh, do you even lift, Caesar? You're such a softie. Maybe. But I could probably lift you. Really? Not that I would let you, dummy. Maybe if you eat well, you could get strong enough to literally sweep me off my feet. That would be actually pretty funny. Natsuki might, the buffest girl of the land. So Buff Suki reference. She flexes her arms to show off what look like placeholders for muscles. Wow, that was actually kind of mean. My imagination creates an image of how she would look if she was even more muscular than All Might. No, I don't like that image at all. Go back to the cute tiger Natsuki. Yeah, Buff Suki, it just looks kind of freaky to me too, so I'm with MC on this one. What's with that face for? Scared of a little girl? Well, either way I answer, I'm gonna look bad, so I'll try to change the subject to something that grabs her attention. I was just thinking, did you already have breakfast? No, neither have I. Let's get something to eat. We walk over to the counter and I ask the employee for a cup of coffee while we browse the display. My mouth waters just by looking at the selection. Here's your coffee. What would you like to have with it? I'd like 2 of these chocolate chip cookies. How about you, Natsuki? I don't have enough money on me. It's really convenient that I have more than enough money. I'll have to thank Mom later for being so forward-thinking. We could pool our money together and buy you food as well. I can't accept that. Look, if that's what you're worried about, I promise I won't ever hold it against you. Go ahead and pick whatever you like. Her eyes glisten as I say that. Anything? I give her a reassuring nod. Without hesitation, she points to a slice of cake. It's a bit on the pricier side, but I feel this is a special occasion, so I'll go along with her wishes. Anything else? I've got my coffee and my cookie, so I look over to Natsuki, who speaks to me in a lowered voice. Can I get a hot chocolate too? And a cup of hot chocolate, please. Natsuki smiles more genuinely than I've ever seen her do. Granted, I've only met her 3 days ago. The employee tells us about the little garden in the back of the bakery. I take our stuff and we go outside. The warm rays of sunshine caress my face as I step outside. It's brighter here, but what's more striking is perhaps how much brighter Natsuki seems compared to when I talk to her in the presence of the other girls. Alright, so the sort of squinty eyes they're giving Natsuki here, out of all the pictures that I've seen in this mod so far, this is probably the best one I've seen. Like, the one that most closely resembles what the girl actually looks like. So, whoever did this picture here, nice work. This hot chocolate is so delicious! It doesn't take her long until she finishes both her drink and the slice of cake. She was even faster than me. Caesar? Yes, Natsuki? Thanks, I guess. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You know, I was thinking. Alright, so our 2 out of 3 here. So, do you have any pets? Baking for special occasions, and how did you get into manga? Alright, so I feel like one of these things is clearly not like the other. So, you know what? Let's take the one that's not like the other. Do you have any pets? That seems to be the odd man out here, so let's go with that. I noticed you're very fond of animals in general. Do you have any pets at home? Yeah, I've got a cat. His name is Seam, and he's really cute. Her tone was full of enthusiasm when she started her sentence. Now she's noticeably struggling to find the right word to express herself. Curious. Yeah. He's probably really cute, too. Oh gosh, did I really just imply that she is, too? You better not be thinking what I think you're thinking. I don't like it when people call me cute. I'm just as much of a woman as all the other girls. She crosses her arms, looks away, and starts pouting. A moment of silence passes as I observe her mature body language. So, what does your cat look like? Is he a little furball? Hold on. She gets out her phone and starts browsing photos from what I can tell. While looking for the right one, she mutters to herself under her breath. There he is. She shows me a picture of a cat. He's got short, mostly white hair, a skinny body, and spots on his head that make him look like he has big, angry eyebrows. Perfect fit for Natsuki. I can't decide if I'd get bitten or cuddled if I'm trying to pet him. Judging by his owner, probably both. Yeah, it's a good assumption. I can't wait for him to come back. Why? He's a young male cat. He goes away all the time. Of course, he comes back to get fed, that adorable little bastard. Wow. I didn't expect to hear Natsuki use the word bastard, okay. Boys will be boys, I guess. I decide it's better not to try to convince her that I'm not like the other boys. No, you never want to go down that path, just in general. Trying to let people know that you're special and you're not like anybody else. Because it's like everybody thinks that way. So it's like, yeah, I've heard that before. Also, I realize how silly I would sound if I tried to prove I'm better than a cat. Which I am. Alright, so baking for special occasions, or how did you get into manga? Let's talk about baking, because we've been talking a lot about manga, so let's do baking. There were a couple of cupcakes displayed in the bakery that reminded me of the ones Natsuki brought on Monday. This is a good time as ever to mention how great they tasted. You like baking a lot, don't you? Yeah, what about it? Sari shared hers with me on Monday. Their taste was amazing. I just wanted to ask, do you bake these often, or only for special occasions? I do it now and then. It's not entirely up to me. I try to make something for every special occasion, but other times it's for... well, I just feel like it sometimes, okay? Do you think you'll make some more in the near future? I don't know. Don't expect me to predict the future and tell you how things are gonna go. Besides, you're a big boy. Why don't you bake a batch for yourself? Well, I've never really done it before. What? Do you need someone to hold your hand to get started? I actually wouldn't mind that from her. Maybe I should introduce to Clarence. I'm assuming introduce you to Clarence. Which, I don't know who the hell Clarence is. That's not the helping hand I was hoping for. But he's probably too busy to teach you for free. I don't know who else I could recommend. It would be nice if Natsuki helped me herself. Who knows, maybe even I could teach her a few things in exchange. I have someone in mind who could help me. I just don't know if she has the time for it. She looks me in the eyes and pauses for a moment. Suddenly her expression changes, and the tone of her voice becomes condescending. Yep, condescending. That's condescending, pouty, distant, angry. Just perfect words to describe Natsuki here. Just the all-encompassing persona of Natsuki. Yeah, you should definitely ask your mom. That's what I would do if I were you. She does have a point, although that's not the reason I don't press the subject. I can feel it in the way she said that last sentence that something's bothering her about this. I should talk about something else instead. After our conversation tapers off, we notice clouds forming in the sky, so we should go back into the bakery. We continue reading the manga in silence. Just as before, she occasionally lets out a few chuckles and reacts to things happening in the story. It's probably something to be expected, but she really dislikes bullies, judging from her comments. Rereading these older volumes, I notice a lot of details I missed when I was younger. For example, I had no clue about what a character archetype is. I point to one of the panels. What do you think about this character? I like her so far. Why? Hey, don't start spitting spoilers now. She reminds me of a character archetype. Do you know what a tsundere is? What are you getting at? I like the face they gave her for that. What are you getting at? She kind of reminds me of you, Natsuki. I'm not a tsundere, you dummy. Denial. That's another word that we can use to describe Natsuki. Out of all the tsundere characters that I've seen, Natsuki is like the sultan of tsundere. So for her to say, I'm not a tsundere, which, I mean, that's a very tsundere thing to say. Just to emphasize her point, she shoves her fist into my shoulder. Yeah, again, totally not tsundere at all. Hey, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I actually like this type. You what? Just shut up already. I want to read more before I have to go home. Well, what time do you have to get home? She checks the time and her rosy cheeks turn into an upset expression. I have to go now, otherwise I won't get home on time. Why so soon? You're not allowed to stay out for more than a couple hours? She lets out an exasperated sigh. It's more complicated than that, but I don't want to get into it. Are you staying here? Because if you aren't, I can let you give me a hand with carrying some stuff. That's an unusual way of asking for help, but I'm happy to help her. Sure, what do you need help with? We're gonna buy groceries, and you're going to carry the heavier bag. If you can handle it, that is. I'm pretty sure I can handle anything you throw at me. Heh, we'll see about that. We pack away our manga and bring back the mugs and plates to the counter. After we make our exit, music can be heard in the distance. Sounds like that rock band called Radio Something. The shop Natsuki takes me to is just a small deli, 10 minutes walk from the bakery. After entering the store, she hands me a sturdy shopping bag. It's been used before, probably many times. So what are you getting? Ingredients for food, as much as I can. Will we be able to carry that many things? Of course, unfortunately. I don't see the use in buying so many things that you can't take it all home. I'm probably just overthinking it again, so I let go of the thought. Natsuki grabs all sorts of items from the shelves. There are only two commonalities between them. They're ingredients for food, and all of them are rather cheap. Flour, eggs, UHT milk, sugar, pasta, frozen veggies, canned beans, sausages, and a few pieces of fruit. I assume she already has some stuff at home. This reminds me of things I'd find in an emergency shelter. Except for the fruit, I guess. She pays for all of it with cash. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, so she had to take out the bag of fruit. Do you need some help with that, Natsuki? It's fine. It happens. I can help you out with that. It's no big deal, really. No, you're already helping me carry all these things home. I can't expect others to solve my problems for me. Look, I'm sorry if I come out as pushy, but I insist. You said you want to get as much food as we can, and I could still carry more. Besides, I have the feeling that you really do need this, so please, accept it. Fine, fine. You win this time. We pay for everything and put it all in one bag. The one employee we saw waves goodbye, or says goodbye in a lifeless, almost scripted way. I kind of feel sorry for her. Which bus are we taking? Bus? I was gonna walk home. It's about 10 minutes from here. You live this close to the bakery? I bet you visit a lot with how good their selection is. Well, we used to. I don't want to get into it. Let's just go, okay? Wait, before we go, she reaches into the bag and takes out a pack of flour and a box of milk. It wasn't terribly heavy before, but it's noticeably heavy now. Better? Thanks. That's nice of you. Yeah, don't get used to it. Just as she said, their house wasn't far from the store. On the way there, we chatted about general school stuff. Despite her being so cute, she seems to have actual enemies in her class. I can't imagine her provoking their hate. On the way there, she gets a text message. She only stops for a couple of seconds to read it before we continue walking. This is it. She's looking at the ground and lets out a heavy sigh. Thanks for everything today. It was fun. Don't mention it, Natsuki. I enjoyed it too. I guess I'll see you in school. Wait, we're meeting tomorrow as well with the girls. So if you want to, you know. Is she inviting me? With how sweet she's been, I can't imagine it to be anything else. With how sweet she's been? You know, you could call Natsuki many things. I don't think sweet is one of them. I guess I'll see you tomorrow then. I bet you're looking forward to all the ice cream. Be sure to check the weather report for the weekend. I heard it'll be sunny with a chance of delicious cupcakes. I'm looking forward to it. Bye, Natsuki. She gives me a warm smile and I turn to leave as she starts opening her front gate. And we are at Friday, which means we're going to get the Rebecca Black joke, but we're going to read that next time, guys. I'm going to go ahead and save here. So yeah, Friday, the ice cream day, where we finally seal the deal. And this is the Sayori route, so you guys already know we're going to go for Sayori. But we don't know how that's going to play out. Like, what is our date with Sayori going to look like? Even in the original game, we don't really see that many romantic things with Sayori, so having a more romantic date with Sayori than what we saw before, it's, I think, I'm interested to see how the mod developers imagined that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching as always. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out my DLive account, where I've started live streaming recently. You can find the link in the description below. But until next time, guys, I'm Caesar Madrazo, and I am out.